I've got 5 days to make an entire handmade toy collection from scratch. Why? Because this weekend, my art studio is holding a pop-up and I don't have anything new to sell. So here's the plan. I'm gonna design 20 new characters, laser cut them, and hand paint as many as I can, then build an elaborate display for my table setup. These are my sketches. I started by adding legs to random things, similar to those Pikmin looking guys I made in my last videos. But then I drew more characters that I think just fit the vibe. Then I took them to Adobe Illustrator to vectorize them. Look how fast I could make this shrimp. While designing these, I tried to choose colors that I already had so I didn't have to mix too many new colors. These are the final 20 characters that I'm gonna go with. Time to laser cut. I've turned them into a format where the laser cutter can cut and engrave in the way that I want it to. Red lines are for cutting through wood, purple is for engraving an indent for the eye whites, and blue lines are for scoring faint lines that I'll use as guides in between different colors. The first batch is finished. I got right to super gluing together the pieces. Each figure is made up of 3/4 inch thick layers stacked next to each other. After gluing, I sprayed a primer to cover up the burnt edges. This makes hand painting a lot faster, so I don't have to paint as many coats. This is my first time painting these characters, and the first batch always takes the longest. I don't know why I decided to make so many. Last time the fruit toys only needed 5 colors total, but this time I have to switch back and forth between 16 different colors. And some of these designs are also more intricate, so overall, these guys will take a bit longer to paint. For extra details, some characters have an extra layer of 16th inch wood, like the scuba cat's mask, the worm and stem of this apple, Katamari, Parappa's clothes, and this egg. A bit more work, but I really like the extra depth it gives. Also, a big shipment of my new clothing drop arrived that day, and I also need to prepare that too for this weekend. I'm really cutting it close. There are 2 days left, and I only now just finished the first 20 toys. Honestly, I should stop here since I have so many other things to do, but I decided to make a whole nother batch plus a few extra pieces. I still needed to count my other inventory and take product photos and rearrange the studio and set up my table display and record content for this YouTube video that you're watching now. I was juggling so many things at once, but thanks to my project management tool, which is also the sponsor of today's video, just kidding. So in total, I'm gonna make 45 toys and I have 25 more to finish by tomorrow. Do not try this at home. As soon as I started painting the second batch, I quickly realized that finishing everything by tonight was literally impossible. But things turned around when I was blessed by the graciousness of my studio mate, the Baobei, and our amazing friend Karen, who were there that day to help me with painting. They're also artists, so you should check them out. With their help, I was able to finish organizing my other inventory, work on my table setup, and finish painting. And right before midnight, we finally finished prepping for the pop-up. For my table setup, I got a roll of model grass and a bunch of wooden blocks for tiny little babies. I scattered them on my desk, and since these toys are meant to be stackable and played with, I thought this was a very fitting theme. I displayed one of each character among the blocks, and I loved how it turned out. For the rest of my booth, I laid out mystery sticker packs, displayed my clothing, and on my monitor, I displayed a slideshow that I made that morning of my product shots. And right at 12 p.m., our doors opened and our pop-up was officially open. After 2 days of selling from 12 to 5 p.m., I sold a grand total of 40 toys. And these are the last survivors. I ended up selling them for $20 each, and people seem to really love these little guys, and were playing with them on my table. It was so nice meeting a bunch of longtime fans of my work too. And if you're watching this, thanks for stopping by. If you're curious about the rest of my drop, subscribe. I'll talk about it in the next video.